you feel like explaining?
Oh, Coyote Medicine is life. It's the irony in life. It's the poetry in life. It's the symmetry, the synchronistic way. But it's also the joke, the cosmic joke. Now, like earlier today on the daylight flight, we were talking about the mystery and wonder of the divine intelligence and how it engineers everything right down to the most minute detail and keeps it all in complete and divine harmony. Well, that in essence is the cosmic joke, because we've never seen it that way. We've always lived outside of that paradigm and thought we had to fix it in some way, thought we were inefficient or ineffective, and that creation itself as a result was defective and we had something to fix here. When in reality we were just creating an experience for ourselves and going wherever that took us, you see. So that's kind of the cosmic joke in kind of a mild sort of way. And it's kind of the beginning of the coyote irony, you know, because there's always two sides to every experience, and more than that, there's many, many levels to it, many different avenues of energy being served in this divine intelligence, you know, which creates the experience we live in, you know. So, yes. But in the other way, Coyote Medicine represents tenacity. It represents the endurable heart that has gone through all of this history and subjected itself to supreme tortures of incredible agonies, of grief beyond freaking belief. You know, we've stretched ourselves to the max here. And that's the other aspect of Coyote, is to learn the lessons of where we've been, to know the real cosmic joke in that, to see the love in the darker moments, to see the irony. And then you start to lighten up, and nothing is so God blessed heavy anymore. Then you start to howl and sing like the coyote. Then you get happy. See, that's Coyote Medicine, and that is the Coyote way, and that is life as we know it now anyway. It's changing rapidly. Even in the middle of this night, a lot is going on to bring forward more enlightenment as the time goes by, and it's going by rapidly. But yeah, that's Coyote Medicine. And there's also, a lot of people say, trickster, trickster, oh, everybody run for your life. Well, good grief. If Coyote tricks you, it's only because you needed it. And secondarily, look at what you gained from it. Because usually if a coyote tricks you, he just gave you a treasure, like the pot of gold at the end of the rainbow. It's like the little leprechaun, you see. Coyote Medicine is a whole lot sweeter than the negative thinking people have given it credit to be. The negative thinkers think that if somebody pulls a joke on you, that's a nasty thing. It's not. If somebody pulls a joke on you and they're just trying to bring you up out of the muck and they're joking you into moving on it, that's a beautiful thing in my way of looking at it anyway. That's a coyote thing. We're also a tribe, a family. We're the basic shape of the universe. We thrive no matter what happens to us, of course. But we're the basic essential shape of the universe, you know, in a cosmic sort of sense. We're the essential playful energy that really is at the very essential cores of life, of human life in particular. The Coyote Medicine, the Coyote way is very strong there, which means we're very lighthearted in our natural states. And we don't take anything too seriously. We learned how to flow with life a long time ago. But we forgot all that so we could come and get this dose of Coyote Medicine. The extreme shit. And now we're all through with that. Yeah, now we're all through with that shit. We can get up off the potty and wipe our bums and go on with life, you know. I know I'm bad. By the way, babies, it's legal to smoke cigarettes on the air here on the Coyote Medicine Show. I hope you don't mind, you know. And also a little pot every now and then, too. Because we do honor the sacred herb named Mary Jane or Mary Joanna. Because you know who it's named after? People, Mother God, of course. I mean, come on, you know. And it's the most natural-born healing medicine ever created on earth, except for maybe tobacco itself. You know, tobacco's pretty healing, too, people. You guys have no idea. Well, you're getting the idea now. Because they're starting to finally pay attention to reality. You know, the hearts are turning. They can't stop the flow. It's turning around, you know.
I mean, this is exactly what the Hopi said.
Yep.
The Hopi said, you know, the oneness energy was coming in, you guys.
like it or not. Yeah.
You can't stop it.
Yes.
And that was the Galactic Center, 2012, December 21st.
Yep.
The golden energy.
Oh, it came in strong then. That day in particular, but all through that time frame for like about 2 weeks before that and 2 or 3 weeks after that, it was incredibly open, and expansive.
First week of December on that.
Yeah.
2012.
Oh yeah.
Giza Pyramid came online.
Yeah.
I was like,
Huh.
my third eye went.
Yeah, I didn't know nothing about that, but I did know we were activating pyramids back in that time. Yeah, yeah.
Oh yeah, Giza Pyramid came online, which activated all the pyramids.
Cool. Cool. Yeah, well, that's what I saw, was the pyramids being activated. What that means, babies, is there's a love grid now, completely back in motion here on Earth, which essentially is also an energy grid, but it's a life grid. It's not like electricity. It's more like, and it's not like gained and lost by polarity either. It's a uniform, equitous, loving energy that can be accessed only by heart-awakened people. But once you access that, you're in the divine flow, and you have no question as to which way to go, and everything's just right. So that's the one of the practical reality sides of it. Of course, there's many levels to that, so that's only a representation to make it more acceptable to your heart to step into it. See, we have all these mechanical aspects that we create here, but in reality, we don't need them. They're just there to trick us back out of this old way of thinking into the new and bring us back. That's why we use things like grids and pyramids and stuff. Look how you're gorgeous, baby. Your life is so awesome. Babies, we are so blessed to be able to live in an age where the divine presence can actually be experienced again in human form. Do you realize how incredible that? Do you realize how many generations pined for that? Do you realize how deeply hell ached for that forever and ever? The agents of hell. Do you know why they're so goddamn mean? Because they wanted to go home. It's like all the rest of us. We just want that mama love, baby. We just want to be back there in that heart where everything's just right. So that's what we're doing here tonight, baby. We're coming back into the light, back into the heart, back into the work of art that we as human beings truthfully are. You're going to notice a lot of divine elegance about yourself that you never knew before, nobility up the gazoozy, and above all, compassion for everyone, everything. And an ability, even if it pisses you off, and an ability to step through anything and help correct it while you do. Babies, it's living life to its fullest extent possible. And if we retain humanity, which we will, of course, there's a certain essence to that we get to finish with, that we haven't quite got over yet. The ability to feel, babies. We've been so afraid of feelings. We've been taught to fear them deeply and not to allow them in our life because you only get hurt. And everybody's gotten that message one way or another, and everybody's lived like that one way or another, some to some really cold extents. This will be an impossible energy to maintain anymore, the coldness. The fullness, the thing we've feared all this time, those very feelings, the deep feelings, the real feelings, the raw feelings, those that are real. That's what we begin this evening to feel. All the way through the night, into the great daylight, and beyond that, into the starlight that exists everywhere, inside of you. Babies, it's a beautiful time to be alive. It's a beautiful way to be awakening here in the middle of the night. And that's some Koyote medicine too, because we always sneak it in the back door. So it comes in the middle of the night through a couple of little hippie hobo prophets that don't know their arse from a hole in the ground. But babies, we're sure having a good time with it. That's Koyote medicine too, I'm telling you. Through and through. You can't believe what it is to live a life in the fullness of Koyote medicine in the way she and I have. You just can't imagine. We've been sharing some stories here, I'm telling you, babies. It's off the charts. Not many of you would want to live it, but you'd all be highly entertained, I know. So I hope that gets the Coyote Way, the Coyote Medicine, kind of explained, because you get big doses of it here every night. It's also the most healing medicine there ever could be, because it don't let you sit on no fence. It don't let you try to just idle along. No, you do not get away with that with Coyote Medicine. It says you will be loved, and you will be loved. No. And then it bites you on the backside to make sure you move along. It's those little bites on the backside that make it worthy. It really is. Yeah. It does. I mean, you know, when you're getting it from both the light and the dark, you know it's right. That's the other aspect of Coyote Medicine. Seeing beyond that conception, man. Realizing that you and the Roadrunner are the same thing, and you're just having fun. And you go off and party together after the show, man. You go have a beer down at Joe's, you know, what the hell? Or two. You understand my meaning, babies? That's Coyote Medicine. That is the Coyote Way. I hope we got it out there good, because I think I'll pull this out of the archives and put it on a video, because it's just, I don't explain it that well very often. Must be a good night to be alive, guys. This has to be the transformation if I'm getting that good at it. Oh, baby, I love you. I got a lighter cigarette. Hang on just a sec, kids, here. It takes my total focus and concentration, because I'm a cowboy and a gentleman, too. See, there it goes. I did it. Wow, Miss Kitty would be proud, and so would Chester. Characters in an old Western thing they had on TV, just in case you don't know. Kids, they don't know nothing, man. Yeah, Miss Kitty, oh, she was cute. I always thought she's kind of stuck up, though, man. She wasn't my kind of hoe. I always went down to Miss Lorene's down the street there. I was always treated a lot better. Oh, babies, no matter how we express it, no matter how we live it, we're living one righteously good life. You know, and it can only get better from here, babies, because we've seen the worst of it already. I mean, believe it. We've been there, done that, man. You know, yeah, we don't have to do it again and again and again, you know. We can take the people off the burning the stake things. We can take them down off the crosses, away from the guillotines, you know. We can drop our weapons of war. We can fart on all the bombs, you know. We can just go lock up and put away all the dangerous shit and throw away the key, man, and just get out of there and go party, you know, because it's time, you know. It really is time. And babies, if you don't feel it, well, just wait a minute. You will. I know they do. They're bombed on it, man. You're getting reports about what, babe? Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, but kind of, you know, but don't worry about your lost friends. The ones that are just totally freaking stuck, like these so-and-sos out here, some of these, a few residents of this minor area on the earth. But anyway, yeah, but don't worry about them, because I'm telling you, everybody gets it. I mean, it's just a matter of time and in degree, and just stand out of the way. Don't get in their way. Don't get in their face. Don't try to push anything on them. Don't tell them. The only thing you want to tell them is that you love them, and that's it. That's it. Just let it go at that, you know. Yeah, go on video and deal with the issues, you bet, if you want. But mainly you just keep focusing. Yeah, you betcha. But you just keep working it inside of yourself. You don't let go of that flow. You don't let go of that heart. You don't let go of any of that. You stay with that. Don't let these people distract you, in other words. Let them be what they are. Just love them for it and get out of the way, and life will take care of them. They will come back, and fast too. But the main thing is stay focused on yourselves. Get this personal thing out of the way. That's where it all happens. It's planetary ascension is not the Galactic Federation. Planetary ascension is you as a human being coming forward from your heart for the first time in many, 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 many lifetimes. It's you opening up and being a real person in the first time in forever, because you didn't know what that was before you went through the experience of losing it. Now when it comes back to you, you can embrace it, because you know what love is, because you know what it feels like to be without it. an amazing experience that we really couldn't have created any other way. You know, the absence of love is the most agonizing place ever created. It seemed like there's nothing there. Well, guess what? There isn't. It was an illusion we created to live in. But we could feel it, so we gave it a reality. So we could heal it and finish with it once and forever. There would never be that deep darkness again. That would not pull others in. See, that's why the human gods had to do it, you know, because we were strong enough to pull that thing. You know? All the elements we had to pull all. We had to correct all of our little misapplications in creation. And that was part of it. You know, yeah, beautiful thing though. We're all such beautiful divine hearts. I tell you, when you feel all these people out here popping up, all these brothers and sisters out there popping up tonight. I expected a great big dramatic old wave tonight. You know what I'm feeling? Is this soft, beautiful flow going across the face of the earth. It's beautiful. It's a heartfelt thing, you know? Yeah. It's like the return of it's like the waking up of the little lammies, you know what I mean? Yeah. Gentle, yeah.
And, that's why I was like telling the kids last night, I'm like, this side to Grandpaw, Father God, actually. You are Father God. And so gentle, so kind. And nobody gets to see it. I get to see it. It's brilliant. And it's me as well. Brightness and love. Equality. What I see.
Well, if that's what you see that in yourself. Yeah. Heart is heart. And see what we as persons represent here in our humble little states of being is what humanity really is. So each of us is a mix of what the totality of humanity is.
Yes.
Interesting shit, huh? Gosh, you guys are warped. It's beautiful, babies, and we are pleased and honored and gratefully respectful of you as brothers and sisters, as well as grandchildren. Love you sincerely and dearly. Only wish the best for all of you. So, yeah, you're welcome for the explanation. I love the Koyote Medicine. I love the Coyote Way. That's why I live. I'll give you a little story here, too. We might as well drag it out just a little bit. It's getting later and later. People are going to start dropping off here, so I might as well tell the story. I'll give you... When I was inducted into the Coyote tribe, or the Coyote clan... I was born that way. I had Coyote blood in me from one of my great-great-great-grandmothers, and a couple of other tribal beings somewhere back in the mysterious past that I don't even know about, but I just feel the energy of them, But it was primarily this oops, sorry, okay? I'm good. Okay, can't get by my big old royal throne here. I've got a captain's chair here that just won't quit. Well, it's like the Bostrom air ride. That's what I'm used to riding in, so I still have to have that here in my studio, So here's the tale. I was already, like I said, involved in the Coyote Medicine in the way from the beginning of my life here, of course, and inherited that blood ever so slightly from one of my ancestors, of course. Because that's a requirement here. If you're going to play the medicine, you got to get the blood that goes with it. You may not always know where it comes from. You may not even be aware of that element, but that's the truth. You'll have it one way or the other. You will be related into that clan somehow through your blood, through the family history you carry. It's just the way it works here. So I'm along 17, real changing year, really. An interesting life, unfurling before my eyes. I've learned about 300 lives in that 1 year. Boy, I went through a lot. And I won't go on to describe it. It was just an amazing and incredibly stretching time, but also greatly rewarding because I was finally giving myself some freedom and getting out and getting away from some undesirable situations. And things were starting to straighten out a little bit in my life, you know what I mean? But it was a very changeable time, so I found myself on the road. I took a couple buddies with me, was hitchhiking. I know I've talked about this recently, but we hitchhiked up like up into Wyoming. Afton, Wyoming. I remember the name of the general area. That's the town that kind of centers the valley that I used to like to hang out in. Beautiful country. But we went on up through there, worked our way around the ranches and stuff, and did some working, and we wound up, in Jackson Hole. Well, Jackson Town, Jackson, Wyoming. It wasn't a big town then like it is now. It was kind of a smaller tourist trappy, but there were a lot of rich folks lived there. It did have that element and that attitude. So, my buddies and I went in this bar there and spent what little money we had left, and then we go out and we're wondering where the hell we're going to go tonight. We ain't got no money, and so we see this cop sitting on the side of the road there, and we just walk up to him and say, "Hey, dude, would you mind giving us an overnight stay tonight?" And he says, "I'll tell you what, boys." He says, "You go and get out to the edge of town and start hitchhiking right now. I'm going to give you 30 days free stay. How about that?" Like, oh, shit. What a snobby place. Anyway. So there we were, out to the edge of town, hitchhiking, 2 o'clock in the morning, still a little bit drunk, but greatly sobered up from our experience with the police there. And, well, I knew I had a person up in Jackson Park that might help me get some work there. And I thought that might be a good place to spend the summer. It was still only about July, about this time of year, if I remember right. And so we caught a ride. 2 o'clock in the morning, this Jeep comes along, the hardtop little Jeep, river runners. And they're headed back out to their morning river run. So they take us about halfway up towards Jackson Park and drop us off. And they go dropping down into this big, deep canyon over there down this road, and they're gone. And here we are, out in the middle of nowhere in the sagebrush. There is no traffic. It's cold. It's below freezing there because it's the Tetons, baby. It's high elevation just like here, and it's cold at night over there because it's further north. So it's it's below freezing. It's like in the 20s that night. Middle of summer, and it's in the 20s at night. So there we are. We didn't have sleeping bags or nothing. So we built a little. I'm an old frontiersman already. I'm an experienced mountain kid already. So we know what the hell we're doing. Me and my buddies build us a little fire out of the sagebrush there, just barely starting to get warmed up. And here comes this set of headlights out of nowhere. Comes driving down from the north and going at a high rate of speed. And then it turned off the road and came right for us. I was like, oh, shit. So sure enough, the old forest ranger, the park ranger now, because we're inside the national park boundary. So that changed everything. You boys can't have that fire. You got to put it. But sir, we don't have. Don't matter. Put that fire out. Well, hey, could you give us a ride? No, I can't take you in the official vehicle. Put the fire out. And that was the end of that. So he left, and there we are, and no sleeping bags. So we just put on all of our clothes that we had with us, 2 or 3 sets, and just laid as close together as we could and tried to stay as warm as we could and get through the night. We still had a few hours to go to daylight, or an hour or two anyway. By then, it must have been pretty late in the morning, yeah. But anyway, long story short, so we're laying there semi-freezing, but I don't know, I just got this warm feeling, and the coyotes came, and they started, you could hear them padding around, and they weren't making too much, and all of a sudden they started singing, and they sang in that way, not like what you hear the howl on my program, but in that way that sounds almost like people, when they make a little chorus out of it and stuff, and they circled us and protected us for the rest of the night. And it's like this coyote energy, I didn't realize it until later that that's what had happened even there, but that was my induction into the coyote clan. Because ever since then, the animal itself has been hanging around me and watching over me wherever I've been, just like the bird tribe does. But I'll see coyotes everywhere, They let me know that they're not just family, they're watching over me. See, and that's the other aspect of coyote medicine or any other medicine with any other animal or bird that you might have. You have a connection with the species that holds that energy. You do, and they're your divine assistants, and they're here to help you out, babies, just as you're here to help them out too. Of course, it's a two-way street always. Yeah.
I saw a beautiful bird today that was orange. His whole breast.
Wow.
He's a big bird too.
Wow.
Yeah. His heart was all orange.
Yeah, was it a robin or bigger than a robin, you mean? Yeah. Well, sometimes the robins will stay here in Crestone all winter. They didn't last winter because I knew it was going to be too cold. They left. But the winter before last, even when it was cold, they stayed here. They didn't care.
In North Presto.
Yeah.
You know, that winter I spent there. It's rough, guys. Well,
It's cold.
it's cold.
Damn cold.
Yeah, it was really cool. But 7 deer show up
Wow. I love them.
in the camper, like put their faces up to the camper and like, hi, I love it. I was like talking to them
Yeah.
and loving them, and they stayed there for 2 or 3 hours. Christmas Day, 2009.
Wow. Isn't that fun? I love them, man. They're just that's awesome. Crestone's a magic place to be in too, people. Even though you hear about our difficulties here, the resonant energy here is really awesome. And the animals that live here, except for the bears, they're ornery, but most of the animals that live here are like very compatible with humanity. You know, we get along pretty good here. Folks here don't shoot anything either for the most part. You know, there are a couple of people in town still a little bit old school, but for the most part, nobody shoots anything, you know. And we just all live together and enjoy it. So I remember, like, this one deer felt so comfortable when I was living there in town. She brought her babies right down there into my front yard, looking at me outside smoking a cigarette, and nursed them right there in front of me, man. I was like, wow, that's unusual for a deer, you know, it really is.
Yeah.
That's how used to people they are, but also how sensitive they are too. Yeah. They're just part of our cosmic equation, our bigger family. People are beginning to realize that now too. You know, the connections with nature and animals are unmistakably on the same level as the connections between human beings. You know, there's no difference really. We're beginning to undifferentiate that. Let it go. Get the idea of division out of your heart. And that's part of it. And that's why the animals are coming back into our lives in some of the most unusual ways. We have friends that have animals that are full-blooded, complete predatory type animals, and they're living as domestic pets and doing just fine, thank you very much. You know, I mean, they have their issues, but they don't have issues with humanity. They're here to help us along, to be a part of it, to reunify with us. See, because our natural state with the animals is, of course, friendly and close, and we work together, and there's no hostility, no fear between us and any other thing. You know, that's the old illusion at work when we see that. So that things you're seeing, the gathering with the animals, it's another element of Coyote Medicine, where that which seemed so far from us really is a whole lot closer than we thought it was. Okay? That's Coyote Medicine. That's the cosmic joke too, or elements of it, babies. I hope you're enjoying tonight's show here with Grandpa Coyote and Mother God, getting cash tonight, baby, helping it roll in just right. Oh, babies, it's transformation, and it's happening right there inside of you, and me too. And Mother God, well, she doesn't need any of it. No, of course it's happening everywhere and everybody, babies. All of us, you know. We're just rocking down, kids. Right here on the Coyote Medicine Show, only on the Hazy Radio Network. You want to stay with us all night tonight. This is going to be a good fly, babies. It already is. So let's just keep it rocking and rolling here. Okay, babies? You got it.
Oh, this is fun. Hey, just a minute. What's going on here? Rock and roll? Stop, I say. I'm here to brush up on the... Whoa!